let's make the cutest fabric baskets. This is a 10-inch basket and it does fold over. It's reversible. This is amazing. It literally took me like 6 minutes to put it together. I'm getting ready to do an 8x8 and I thought, let me bring you along with me. Also, let me just point out that this is like the cutest fall material. Look at that. This is 2 fat quarters. I got them at the dollar store for $1.25. I love it when their fall stuff comes out, or seasonal. You just get the cutest stuff. You got to go early and snag them up, but $1.25 a piece, so $2.50, and I'm going to get 2 baskets plus the interfacing. Yeah, a little cost involved, but way cheaper than going and buying them somewhere. All right, let's do this. You are going to need, for this one that I'm making, an 8x8 square. So you could do a 6x6, 10x10, 9x9, whatever. Okay, I've got my interfacing on. So you need 4 pieces of interfacing, 2 exterior pieces of fabric, and 2 interior pieces of fabric. You are going to think about if you have directional material. I do. My exterior pieces are directional, so I do want to think about the direction that I am putting them and make sure that they are both going to be going the same way. We're going to put our pieces on top of each other. Pretty sides together is what we're doing here. I'm going to sew all 3 sides. So right side, bottom, left side. I'm going to do that at a little over 1/4 of an inch, not quite 1/2 an inch, somewhere in between. And I'm going to stitch around that. Then I'm going to cut out my corners. I'm using a 2.5 stitch length and sewing at about 1/4 of an inch. Now we're going to box out our corners. And what you want to think about here is however big you make this corner, that's how big the base of your basket is going to be. So with this one, I did a 2-inch, which makes it a 4-inch. So the bottom of my, I know that the base is going to be 4 inches when I use a 2-inch. It's going to double. So however big you want the base of it, you got to think cut in half, all right? So, or double it if you're thinking 2 for your square to draw. This one I'm going to do at 1.5 because it's a little bit smaller. I did the first one at 2. 1.5 is going to give me about a 3-inch square. And so we are going to draw this on. And do the same thing here. 1.5 by 1.5. I do love this little ruler. Best investment I ever made. Comes in so handy. I believe I got it at Joann's before she disappeared. How many of us miss her? I do. One of those places you just go and walk around. All right, then we're going to cut that out. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and draw it on here too. And you know, you ever do that where you just have little panic moments? Did you actually do your material right? I just had one. Yes, you did. You did good. I just think these would be great in like a baby room where you got a lot of little things that you need to find a home for. Sewing area, definitely. All right, what we're going to do is box out our corner and we are going to open up our seams. If you haven't done this before, you're just matching up your seams. All right, then what we're going to do is sew across this, and then we're going to sew across this. I'm going to do the same thing on this one, and then I'll come back when I'm putting it together. Okay, we have 2 of our pieces done. I just wanted to point out something really quick when you're sewing this. If you are doing the open seams, it's great. Like this works great and it'll just kind of lay flat. You can kind of press those open. It's nice and clean, just looks really good. If you are going to nest, which I did do on this because I was like, well, let me just test this little thing in my head. What you want to think about is nesting is great, but you want to make sure that the bottom is going the same way. So if you're nesting it, you tend to almost do it the opposite. So you have to make sure that you have the bottom so it'll lay flat and it doesn't have like a kink in it, because then it just won't be as sturdy and flat on the bottom. So I just wanted to bring that up. Just make sure if you are going to nest your seams, nesting is when you turn one seam one direction and the other seam a different direction, and the seams just butt up against each other, nest up against each other. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to think right sides together for this little project, and we are going to do exterior inside out, and then we're going to take our interior lining and we're going to turn it right side out and push out all our little corners, which I need to probably, I'll do it on that one when we turn it. And oh my God, it's gonna be so cute. I said in another video, there's something about making small things. It's just so fun. They're so cute. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna match up our seams. And again, you can nest here. Just make sure you got them going all the right way. And we are going to nest. It's much easier than opening the seam, I think. And then you're just going to line it up. What you do want to think about is you're going to have to leave a little 2-inch opening, give or take. So when I get to this other side, I am going to mark that and make sure that I've got my 2-inch seam open there. Don't forget to do it. If you need to mark it so you don't forget when you're sewing, and you sew all the way around and close it off, and then you have no way to turn it off. Been there, done that. That's one of those mistakes you go, seam ripper. Yeah. That's how you learn though. You got to make mistakes along the way. That's what makes you better the next time you make something, because you know, don't do that. All right, let me get a couple more clips and that'll be good. And we'll just work with that as we go around. So I'm going to mark mine because I get going and I do forget, and I want to make sure that I leave this open a good 2 inches, maybe more. Yeah, we'll go a little bit more. So what I did is I just marked it with my pencil so that I don't forget, which means I'm going to start on one side where I made the mark, and I'm going to end on the other and just work my way around this. So we're gonna put it in here. We're gonna put that on, and I'm just doing this at 1/4 inch. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Quick and easy, really. This is like a great little project, and I just think for a baby room, these would be adorable. You're gonna reach in here very delicately, and I'm gonna reach in and grab the outside and pull it through. Give it a little tug. Probably could have left that hole a little bit bigger, but it's gonna come through. Just gotta work with it a little bit. All right, let's get this pinched down, get all your little corners popped out and pressed down, because once you get it in there, oh, this is going to be adorable. Small, but so cute. So you do have to think about, you've got your little hole over here. You want to be able to close that off. So we are gonna pinch our seams. I am going to take this to the ironing board and give it a press so that this does all lay really smooth. And then we are going to come back and do a final stitch around the outside to give it that really finished look, and it will be reversible. I just pressed it. I got my little opening pressed in so that I can stitch that closed. And I am probably gonna start on a side seam, and then I can back stitch, because I'm gonna back stitch over those seams anyway. And so this is what I was talking about matching up your seams, because you will see that, especially if you're gonna fold it over. So sometimes neatness is important in sewing, especially if you're quilting, but sometimes fun sewing, it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and do our little top stitch on this. And I am going to do this at 1/4 inch, same as the inside stitch. And we're gonna do a little back stitch. And then this is my opening, so I wanna make sure that I've got top and bottom in there and that I can see it. And it is literally that easy. I love an easy project that makes you feel accomplished when you're done, because you're like, oh, look what I did. This is so awesome. It's the little things that bring us joy. And then you just flip this little top over. And look how cute that is. This was 8 inches by 8 inches. And I'm just trying to get that all about the same. And that turned out to be right about the size I want, because I want to be able to drop all of my clips into there and not have it make all that plastic noise. See the difference? Isn't that amazing? You go to get one of these and it's like, eliminate some noise. Ah, that's just wonderful. That's what I made this for. The other really cool thing about these is they are 100% reversible. So you get tired of looking at one print, you can just flip it and boom, pop out your other little corners and fold that over, and you have a whole new basket. It's just the cutest thing. I absolutely love it. All right. Thank you all so much for hanging in there and watching this sewing with me. If you're looking for full tutorials, you can find them at YouTube, 62 Handcrafted Happiness. Be sure to hit the like button, save this so you can come back to it and sew along with me. Have an awesome evening, and I'll see you soon.